What is up, guys? Wraec is here with a new video, and today, as you can already see, or might have noticed, our IDA fight is now in like 20 seconds. Last video was in 1.5 hours. I would use this as a start for the next video. We obviously don't have anything to show other than that, but I'm eager to see that, and then we will do a time jump and show some cool stuff afterwards. So let's see if we can win, and we actually have to switch group for a second to actually see our result. And if we can now click group 1, we can see it. I didn't think that we can do it. To be honest, I didn't think that we can do it. I forgot to set up a better defense team and set up our real Aspen stats in there. So let's see. Maybe with some luck. Oh! Oh, we actually did it! We actually did it! Aspen! Aspen, guys! Aspen for the win with the 10-0. He did it. He soloed the enemy. Oh my god, that's huge. I mean, the first fights don't really matter. Starting from here, he has an E5 in every team. Let's watch those fights. Let's watch those fights. Actually eager to see those. We didn't even get a real good hit. I mean, like, getting the first active to hit the E5. Did the dude not have... I think the dude doesn't have unmanning will. I think he's running balance strike. Let's see on the next fight. I think it's a dude that just runs balance strike. Let's see. Yeah, he's running balance strike on every enemy, and we just do absolute crap ton of damage. But we are at 3-3, so it wasn't that bad. We just didn't have the Aspen leveled up, so we have V3 stats. That's nice. Yeah, that's probably the reason we could win. That dude didn't have unbending will. If the dude had unbending will, we would probably have died. Like, none of those heroes can take more than one basic, basically. Yeah. So that's the reason. But Aspen carried. Aspen carried, absolutely huge. Is that the V4 or is that V2? I didn't really see it. I mean, like, Eloise is an absolute monster in early to mid game. Even in end game in some cases. But people told me I should build Eloise as first hero. That isn't true, that Eloise is the best hero if you have an A+ Aspen. A+ Aspen, kind of cheating. I just say, it's kind of cheating. So 3 more fights, I think we can skip the last one. I think this one, the next one's still interesting. There was a Tix there, by the way. You didn't really see it because it died. An E3 B- Tix. I think I've never seen a B- Tix. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, honestly. I like Tix. Tix is a cool hero. Probably pretty cool A tier as well. I think there were some A tiers back then. Single carry? Quite interesting, but yeah. Aspen hits, Aspen breaks, Aspen hits hard. Last 2 fights we can skip. And this is actually huge, guys. This is actually huge, guys. Because with that win, we actually get a frame. We get our top 32 Battle of the Best frame. And this is an absolutely huge upgrade because our current frame 5% HP, 2% attack. And now we will actually do a pretty big jump and we will get this frame. And this frame is 22% HP and 7% attack. So an easy 17% more HP and 5% more attack on this frame. If we can get 2 more wins, it will actually be this one, which is highly unlikely. We can't win the group, obviously, but I'm more than happy we could get this one. And it's actually quite interesting, because we didn't get the Protector because we couldn't do it, we weren't strong enough. We couldn't get Overseer because Overseer doesn't exist on Amazon. We couldn't get Maverick because, we were too weak for this, but now we got top 32 Interdimensional Arena Battle of the Best. I love it. I absolutely love it. Insane. So let's do a time jump now, and then we will show some other cool stuff that we did a little bit later. And we are back. Now we actually got our frame. I accidentally already collected it, but here it is, top 32 Interdimensional Arena, 12% HP, 3% attack, and we are going to go ahead and actually equip that. Here it is, let's equip that. And let's also have a look. Oh, that's actually... We can remove it, and then we can have a look if we can actually upgrade it. Because that would be rather nice as well. Are those 2 enough? Yeah, they are actually enough to upgrade our frame to level 1. and with that we will get 13% HP, 3% attack, so pretty decent buff, and it's looking mighty fine, I would say. So that is already quite cool. It's actually a new event. We have the new update on Amazon as well, with the new tower stages, new skin system and everything. And of course nothing of that does actually matter for us, but we get the new achievements. We have done some stuff, we got the new achievements, so we get 35k, Starry here, some Sealand stuff, and we gladly take that. Of course we gladly take that. Always good to get some rewards, and I'm the last to complain if we actually get some. So that being said, our plan still stands to actually build a second Aspen. If you didn't know that, that's the plan for our second hero. I have acquired quite some food. We are pretty close to actually have the required food to build a Dark Hero straight to E5. A few things are still missing. I think we are lacking some Dark 5 stars because we need 13. And this is like, those are 5. We could sacrifice an armor, though I would prefer not to. And then we have another 2, so we are at 7. 7 is not 13, so that's a problem. Unless we want to sacrifice our armorers, and we can't sacrifice the Aspen either, because that is of course food, and we need 8 more. So kind of a problem. We can sacrifice the Drake, and we can definitely summon Elite 5-star Dark Hero shards. An Aspen would be good, or I would say anything else that we get will be food. So let's see. A Drake. Let's summon this one as well. And then we have to think whether or not we are going to follow the Drake. Some people said, like, I can build him to get a bigger hit on, for example, the Star Expedition boss or something like that. And that is true. That is indeed true. But I don't think he will be a priority for now. Matter of fact that he is an assassin, and he will be a pretty bad tenant for our Aspen and later on for our LFA. So I'm not even sure he's a tenant for Aspen, honestly. I think for now he is food, actually, even though that does seem a little bit extreme. The next thing, of course, is that we will need 8 more Aspen copies, as I said before. We have 2 chests here that will contain Aspen, and then we have another 4 here, so we are at a total of 6, plus the copy in our bag will be 7, and we have this, and this is actually number 8, so we are 1 copy off, which isn't too much, actually. And we can compensate, and what we will do is we will first start off by summoning a hero here. There's of course the question, what do we actually want to summon? I feel like a Mogman would be cool, because we're not actually summoning those copies to use them, we are summoning those copies for awakening summons. Because guys, it is an awakening summon event, and of course we're going to go ahead and do the awakening summon event, and there are some copies that I'm eager to summon actually. We have, I think, 2 Holmes Young copies, which is quite cool. Not really anything in Abyss aside from the Queen, maybe. We can summon a Queen, that's alright. Then we can go for a better copy, of course, for our second Aspen. Imagine summoning a second A Aspen. That would be insane. We have an EOS, we have an S model. Those can be summoned as well, though I kind of hurts to summon them outside of the Prophet Op event, which we completed last time. Then, of course, we have the rewards. That is something we won't do. We won't sacrifice our food right now. And you can sacrifice puppets, so that's rather annoying. We will go for an artifact. I think we don't have our melodic string splendid actually, so that would be the last one we would need to get splendid. And we will go for sublimation essence, and with the 90k we acquired from the last event, 90k sublimation essence, we are ever so more close to getting the full active skill, which will only require 1 more chest with 45k that I'm sure we can acquire from another event. Beyond that we will get 7 more of those boxes. Maybe we'll go for the 8th if we need it, and all of those boxes of course include Aspen and thereby a lot of dark material. So let's go ahead, let's do some summons, and let's see if we can get some good heroes, get some good roads. I'm honestly pretty sure that we will get an 8 here on the Amazon server just to taunt me, and that I can't summon any 8 tiers on my main account. I'm pretty sure we will. We are in any way fine if we are averaging about 6 points per summon. That should be our target, and I'm pretty sure we can do it. Getting a good hero on like an S model or an EOS would of course be very nice, and may of course lead the direction for this series in the future. So our first summons were honestly pretty bad. We're now going to go for the Mockmans. And a Mockman would be kind of insane. Like the double dark team. That would be absolutely bonkers. If it is like an E+ or E- or something, we are of course going to use it as dark fodder. No questions asked, will be the best thing to do with it. If it's like a really good copy or like a C or something, then we might retire it to get some of our contract story back. D+, I think we can still use as dark food. I think that will still be okay. From now, my summons haven't really been good. I have done a video on my main account that I haven't yet uploaded, and those summons were horrific, really bad, and it was very annoying to me, to be honest. Now, of course, we don't have any Aspen copies here, and it seems like the ones we had in our Aspen are all summoned. So let's go ahead and first retire some copies. Oh my god, I have a lot of copies that I could retire. Let's retire this one. We don't need this S model. And we can retire this Melissa as well. I think I kept most of those because of the food that they, of course, are. So for now, let's retire those and keep it that way. And then we can actually collect our reward here. And we will have 5 Transcendent 0 copy selection chests, and we'll summon Aspen from all of those. And we'll then go ahead and we can also summon Aspen from those. Or would we? I mean, like, it is an option, but we will get enough Transcendence copy selection chests, so I guess it would be better to wait, actually. We can use these chests later for copies that we actually desire, that maybe we'll want to build an armor or something and need some more copies. In that case, it would be good to have those chests. So let's proceed and summon some of those Aspens. Get a good 10 copy. I think we only have a C copy right now. Getting like a B or B+ would be absolutely huge. Of course, that is not correct. That is not the step in the right direction. We would need a very decent attack value, which is, I guess, pretty hard to get on the Amazon servers. As the auction house is rather empty. Quite recently I actually saw that there was not a single copy in the display phase, which is, as an Android player, feels still pretty strange to me. So our auction house is usually quite full, and at the current time, with the summoning event going on, it is more than full. There are even ST heroes again in the auction house, which is a rare sight still, and for quite some time there were really none, which is a little bit surprising. But then again, if you've seen my IDA video, you know where they are going, Artorias and Jesus. Collect them like they were Pokemon. And we got a green meteor, another green meteor with a B-. Not sure that's better than our copy, but a B- on the attack stat is actually quite huge, and for Tenant that will be proper stats, though I would prefer it to be even a little bit better. So let's check out the Aspen we already had, and let's compare it. That's the one we already had, and it has 1381, so we're talking about a pretty huge attack upgrade here, going to 2988 with a holy damage bonus stat, so quite nice, I would say. Now in possession of 6 Aspen copies, can't really complain about that. And where we're at it, I promise to show, I'm not going to pronounce his name, I think it's impossible. Where is he actually? There he is! FMK, what? And a lot of letters. And I promised to show his team, so let's see what he has set up. I actually ran this team. This is a little bit of time ago, but I actually ran this team until they released LFA. When released LFA, SQH often got replaced for SFX, which is often better. And something I would, by the way, recommend, even though you have a B- Awakening tier on the SQH, most often it will be better to focus on the SFX. But I guess your main homeowner is the Ferrokin Besser. Then I would maybe even consider going for more tenants for the Ferroc Investor and focusing on that. But let's try a PvP fight. Let's see if we can win. Of course we can't. Yes, yes, an SFX. But oh, that was it for our Aspen. Ended as horribly as I expected. So shout out to what JD FHGHJD. Thanks for being active on the Discord. I hope you appreciate it, man. I hope you appreciate it. So we have done that. We actually already have some copies of Aspen. We summoned the baseline of our copies. What else did we have that we didn't summon yet? I always keep sight of those copies that I want to summon. It's always quite horrible. I try to stop the video and everything, but in the end, still a mess. So we have a Jara. Jara is pretty cool. I can definitely summon that. And maybe we will also go for an Eloise. Might be quite interesting as well. So, Jara apparently doesn't want to be a huge part in this series. Maybe Eloise wants, because then again, building an Eloise, no. Like, no. that is like the standard way. That is, of course, it's a good way to build an Eloise and to progress in every game mode, but that's not what we are doing on this series. Quite in the opposite, actually. We have quite a lot of our other heroes and quite a lot of other ways that we want to progress this account, and building an Eloise certainly not the way for us. I think we need some chests to actually make decent progress. We got 2 more of those Transcendence Copy Selection chests, so 2 more Aspens that we can summon as well, which is quite nice. And then we will have to have a look at what else there is available, because I think we already depleted our first batch of heroes here. We can summon this Onkirimaru. That will be quite fine as well. It's also a pretty decent tenant. And we could go ahead and summon some of those copies, which we won't do for now. How far are we actually? That is the wrong button. At 68 points, so not even halfway, we can collect those chests. Those chests will give us some copies as well that we can instantly summon. First of all, one more Mockman, and then of course we will have another Aspen. If we summon too many Aspen, which will likely be the case, we will of course go ahead and use those as food for our Dark Hero, for our new Aspen. And I'm pretty hyped to see the double Aspen team. Being here on the Amazon account gives me a little bit of place to actually build meme teams while I try to be optimal on my main account. And it's still pretty huge fun for me to see this account progress, even though it's a little bit more slowly than on my main account, given the nature of the Amazon servers and that they can't really use those on my phone, which is still rather annoying to me. Let's be honest, it's still rather annoying to me. And they didn't fix that yet, even though we just had an update. I think it wasn't one of the big updates that they were talking about, though. Can we retire some stuff? Did we get some good copies that we can retire? Not really, not really. We have this Rogue that I don't want to retire. We can retire this S model, though. Got a lot of crap copies left on this account. I have to say, we got a lot of crap copies left on this account. Not that I'm too happy about it, of course. Just means that we summon an awful lot of bad heroes, which seems to be the case again. Now, the D- is quite alright. D- is quite alright. I don't want to complain about D-, actually giving us progress. With D- we are well on our way to get... that was a save with the C- stat here. We are well on our way to do that in 25 summons, which is a decent rate. Of course, we summoned Aspens right now, so I can't really retire them. A little bit annoying, I have to say. Let's see what else we can summon and that we might even be able to retire in case we don't need it. And always, it's a little bit annoying on a new account. Let's check it again. Okay, Onkirimaru, 3 queens and 2 homes young. So let's see if we can get a good tenant copy of Onkirimaru. Pretty common tenant, actually. But that doesn't look like we're blessed with like a good copy. Maybe on the Homesiang, that could be cool as well to get like a decent copy here. And then I see we have an Inosuke as well. And we will just summon all of those, and then later on I can decide what we're going to retire and what not. Most of the Starry isn't anyway for use on the auction house. It is for use either in the Starry Gem Mall or for event packs, so not really something I can't delay. Pretty decent pulls here, D-, nothing too spectacular though. I would love to see some more B tiers or something, some summoning luck, getting something really good and not like E tier. Probably if I summon that Sigmund that is right there, we will be blessed with something like this. And I would be rather annoyed if that happens. Then again, it would be kind of cool. So let's see, next summon will be the Sigmund. We're getting rather close. Oh, that is bad. Oh, that one actually hurt. That one was so bad. I'm talking about summoning luck. Of course, that had to be a good one. That had to be a good one. C-. But we will retire it. I'm not going to keep a C- Sigmund. That is pays back for the Starry and Contract Starry, so that is quite alright. Let's have a look at our Soul Awakening Gala event. Actually unlocked the artifact chest already, and we did another 22 points for the Sublimation Essence, and I guess we will get this through our 3 10-7-0 selection chest. And after we've done that and are done with our awakenings, we can actually go ahead and build the Aspen, include that in our team, and it will be the first step towards having a V4 Aspen with at least one tenet. So I guess pretty decent progress after all, and the next big step for this account, of course. And when we have done that, we should actually be able to do a little bit more in Aspen Dungeon, which is something, not Aspen Dungeon, Void Vortex. Oh, that was a horrible copy as well. And I'm pretty eager to do that. Some progress in Void Vortex is, of course, rather important and will give us some long-term loot that we will definitely need. Starry in Stellar, I mean, is something that is becoming more and more scarce, considering, especially in the late to end game when you first unlock the Void campaign and start to get your first spiritual essence and want to use the spiritual essence, of course, to upgrade your trees. It will start eating your Stellar. Let's summon another armorer for security, because I think our summons were quite bad. So is this, and we didn't get anything good. My god, this is a horrible sum. I wouldn't actually be surprised if we didn't get enough points. Those were so bad. We actually didn't. My god, those were bad. Let's summon an armorer. Can we get one on the last one? Holy, we don't have any summoning luck. Like, that's horrible as well. That's barely E tier, because those were high rolls and this is like barely E tier. Oh my god, I've actually never had that bad summons. How many summons did we actually... It's not enough. I mean, like, now they are just screwing with me here. Now they are just screwing with me. How can those summons be so bad? I think the H just deactivated my good RNG. No streamer mode or something from me. Claim all. I expected to do 25. Let's see how many we did. Those, just on first look, those are already more. Those are already 26. So we have 26, and then we have another 3 here. 29, and... oh, it was no B-, so 29 actually. Yeah, 4 more than expected. Not really that good, to be honest. Very, very bad summons here. So, yeah, well, what do we want to do? We can't do anything about it. I would say we go ahead now, and we actually should have the Dark Food so that we can build our Aspen. Where is the 10-star Aspen? There it is. The C+ copy. That's the good one. And the other one just go inside of our Aspen, and then we need 13 Dark Heroes. And as we talked about, we are going to use those Drakes. We are going to use those. And then we wanted to use some Mockmans as well, I think. Yeah, so this is done. and then we can use our 3 6 stars, and any of our 9 stars can use this one. And yeah, doesn't matter. Boom, we got our 10-star Aspen, there it is. And we will instantly go ahead and upgrade that 10-star Aspen, because we have the material, we have the food to actually make some huge progress in a pretty swift manner here. And I'm eager to see what our team can do with 2 Aspens. Double the Aspen power. Maybe we can take that to broken spaces. That would be quite cool. I think that's something we can do. Next up, of course, is maxing. Oh, we won't have enough hero promotion stones. That's really annoying. But that's nothing that our that broken spaces couldn't fix. I think broken spaces rewards hero promotion stones, right? And we can buy some in the market because we only need that 20k. Is broken spaces actually open for us? Broken spaces 7 is, and doesn't reward any hero promotion stones, so I was wrong about that. Let's go into the marketplace and actually buy some. We can buy 3,500. That is by no means enough, actually, which is quite annoying. Retiring 5 stars would be an option. That will reward us with hero promotion stones. Another way to get them, let me check. Tower of Oblivion would be an idea. So we will upgrade this Aspen to its current max level, which is already impossible because we run out of materials, okay. Whatever. Get some gear onto that guy. Some base gear, that will do for now, that's alright. And then we will check for the artifact, and actually our melodic strings is just radiant, and we will go ahead and upgrade that one to splendid with our artifact chest that you just acquired. Getting the last material melodic strings, no, nothing that we are going to buy. Getting the last material melodic strings to actually build our first splendid artifact as splendid melodic strings. And that is again a pretty huge upgrade, because here we are getting 35% all damage dealt, and with this one it's actually 50%, so way more all damage dealt already, and will make our Aspen even more, will have him deal even more damage. So quite nice. With that, of course, we acquired some materials here, and in the second manner we will acquire our first buff in the artifact gallery for getting our first splendid artifact right here. Number 1. By the way, on Amazon, Darius is actually number 1 here with 27 artifacts, so nobody that has actually maxed the buff here. For skin gallery, they're at 519, interesting, and well over maximum in the equipment gallery, which is normal, quite understandable. Avatar gallery, 337, actually have no comparison here. Not quite sure how much I have there. Just know that I'm a little bit lower than a lot of other guys, because my account is still rather new in comparison to some of the old Server 1 players. We unlocked another achievement as well. Oh, we get 150 glorious relics because we built our first splendid artifact here. That is actually quite great. Bringing us to 386, quite close to the next artifact. Very nice. So, with that being said and done, we have actually, did we re-equip it? We did re-equip it, so that's good. We can now go back into Broken Spaces 7 and see how our new team performs. Maybe just do one attack with our old team. I think it was around 1%. Let's see this, and I think it should be not too much more with the other Aspen, considering we don't really have Unbending Will yet. So that is a problem, and we should have used Attribute Reduction Purify, because like a few rounds we won't heal anymore. And there it is, we won't heal anymore. Still at a pretty decent chunk of damage, a little bit over 1%. Let's do Tower now, because we are at 402 in the Tower. And I think you guys will see that this is by no means our cap and by no means the best what we can do. We don't need this, we don't need the U. Then again, we could use the Ignis. We don't need you, we will use some of those. One of them, of course, in the front row, or 2 of them in the front row. We can actually go like this. And let's see our first fight, and afterwards we will start again, and then... yes, some clicking will happen. because we actually have to go ahead and clear a lot of stages. So confirm. And yeah, I'm not sure how far we can go. I will just go ahead and click as many stages as I can, and then I will start commenting again. And as you could see, it's like we got our first defeat against the meme team, but having like one hero on the team is actually beneficial against the memes, as you have the option to get less procs from their passive ability. Their passive ability actually triggers once a hero on your team dies or one hero on their team dies, and it will give you some nasty end of round damage that you don't really want to have. It's not really a dot as much as it is a skill effect, and we can avoid that by having just one hero on the team. Of course, sacrificing our aura for that, but the aura is really negligible in comparison to the avoided damage that we have here. And actually already on 569, so we are getting closer to the end at 650, which is quite nice. I would imagine there are quite some more stages that we can just beat in that way. And there are always those nice little rewards that you get, and we get hero promotion stones. Not even a small amount, actually. That's actually quite surprising to me, as that there are so much hero promotion stones in here, and makes me wonder if the game and the game progress was actually balanced around the gain of hero promotion stones that you got from making tower. And by the way, 10 super wishing coins, rather nice. And the endgame, you don't really get that anymore. Like, you can't regularly clear one stage or something of tower. So that's rather interesting. I think they should include more sources of hero promotion stones in the future. Another defeat here against the Faith Blade. Of course, those heroes here now start getting stronger. You can do one more thing. Yeah, those packs, by the way, insane if you want to snipe the Awakening event on Amazon. Really insane for that. Can recommend, 10 out of 10. So we have some upgrade mats here for the attack aura. Can get, oh, it was only one upgrade. That's actually not a whole lot. We should be able to get our Aspen to E5 now, making it our second E5 on the Amazon server. And look at how much hero promotion stones we had. Actually at 65k just from doing a few stages in the tower. That's actually insane. That's actually really insane, and definitely great. I think we can progress even further. Stop spamming me with packs! I won't buy them! Let's actually try again. Oh, we got the victory already. So let's go ahead and do a little bit more. I wonder how long it will still take us to complete the tower. There are, I think, 2 more meme stages that I'm not sure we can take care of. Like, we built a very offensive Aspen. We didn't really build a very defensive one. And killing memes here can be bad. That is not good. That is damage over time stage. Not that great, but we can win it. The good thing with our burst, of course, is we can burst enemies down, and enemies that are bursted down can't attack. So just doing a few attempts on a stage can actually already sometimes clear it. Let's see. Yeah, they are not one-shot exactly anymore. I mean, yeah, those are the growing stats of those S models. And they're kind of nuking with their crit marks. We can hope for them to not crit, or we can grow our stats a little bit more, which is not really that big of a problem. As in the very near future, we will have a V4, and V4 will not only mean that we, of course, have V4 stats, but beyond that, we will actually be able... oh, we actually won it. They didn't crit, I think, so wasn't that much of a problem here. Next meme stage, we will try the same thing again, though I would doubt that it works now. Those guys are now a fair bit bigger, and yeah, the end of round damage actually being nasty. So that is kind of a problem. I don't think we can nuke them. That's only a matter of time, though. Our stats will grow. Maybe just go for Unbending Will. Let's do one attempt with Unbending Will. Now they give us those packs. Clearing so much in so little amount of time triggers so many special packs in this game. Actually quite insane. So, Unbending Will, and let's try the meme stage again. Is of course not the best way to clear it, and by no means should you copy that. Yeah, the end of round damage still kills us through the Unbending Will. So, takes up all of our layers and then we are dead anyway. So that really doesn't help. I think we will just grow our stats a little bit more and then we can surely clear it. So, can we get some more stats actually? Because we got some... Yeah, we got some Stellar. Not that far off from completing our second node, and that will mean that we'll only take one more node, which is about 1 million Stellar. So we're getting closer to actually completing that. Maybe we can just snipe. We don't have that many cores. We buy them daily, but there are not that many cores in here. But maybe with some luck and some single summons, we can actually get one more sphere. Would be kind of huge. And use that for Stellar to make our progress a little bit more swift. So let's just do those 8 spheres. 8 spheres would be nice. 8 cores it is. Hoping for at least one sphere. With an extremely high roll, we could, of course, do way more on this account. But right now we're slightly above average with our pulls. And I hope we can continue that, actually. It's interesting how much light and dark food we actually get from here. And we got our Rogan, so that's good. Another Rogan. Will be one of the heroes we will make E5, surely. And we got a sphere. Nice. In 8 cores, so that's great. Last one. Can we just get a second sphere, please? There it is, guys. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Getting a cool 500,000 Stellar. Getting quite close to our V4. With that, just a sheer amount of luck. With just an obscene amount of luck. Level 5 already, so 5 more levels remaining. And then we will actually be able to, before this Aspen, make him home, use our CI stats. Go ahead, we have Spiritual Essence, we have all the good stuff. And do nasty things to the PvE content of this game. So I think that was pretty long episode. We did a lot of summons, none of them really successful, but in the end could achieve some good stuff. Oh, we actually got another core, very nice. Don't want to stretch our luck now and go ahead and tell them like we want another sphere. I think that was enough for today. Gonna save up some more luck and then we will do some more cores in a future video. With that being said, guys, I wish you guys a great day and we will see us in the next episode. Bye.